She Smith of Love Through Grace Holistic Solutions, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something, a discovery. Um, it's interesting, pretty deep. So I'll wait for some of you guys to come on. I just finished up. I've been nonstop busy. Oh, wish I'll stop texting. I'm in this group text and they just keep texting. Good morning, Sasha. Good morning. Self-discover it's like this is a discovery just based off of what's going on. Good morning, Tamia. And it's pretty interesting, pretty interesting. I'll wait just a couple of more seconds and I'll go to get started, let you guys know what's going on. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and those who need to watch it will watch it later. So this is what's happening. This is something I didn't know about. It's something that is, I just found out about this. So I've been getting people who have been booking the Reiki sessions or the healing sessions. And I've been getting people, and I'm like looking at their energy, and I'm like, I don't see anything. I'm looking at their energy. These are people that I've worked with before, that I've done like detachments with, I've done resets with, I've done the cardinal with, I've done these things. Like they've had, uh, even just recently today, I had one of my students that actually had a session. And like, if you're in my class, I do a whole sweep of your energy. That's what I do. I clear out all your energy. And so the past four people that I've been doing these, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I'm scanning their energy, and I'm like, I don't see anything wrong. I'm like, I don't see anything wrong. Um, so this is what happened with the person I did the day before yesterday. I was scanning her energy, and I'm like, I don't really see anything wrong. I was like, because she was like, I just feel off. She's like, I did this. I was feeling really good. Um, the last thing she got from me was a cardinal reset. She's like, I was feeling really, really good. That everything was going great. Everything was just amazing. That everything was just amazing. But now I'm back. I'm having my anxiety. It's like there's still certain things that's just not working out for me that were working out for me after the cardinal, but now they're not anymore. And um I don't know what's wrong. She said, just like, I just don't feel right. And so I started talking to her about like this energy that's going on, that's covering us right now, from the video that I did last night when I was talking like the towers. And a lot of things that are being triggered right now are due to not so much, it is a tower, but things that people are feeling. If you're feeling like if you know that you've done self work, if you know that you've been doing the things to like to clear your energy up and to move in a positive direction, but it's like it seems like you still keep going backwards, or it's something that keeps happening to um you're like, well, I thought I overcame this. Why do I keep going through it? This is why. So, this is how I found out about it. So the young lady I had the day before yesterday that I was doing a session on, I was scanning her energy, and she's like, "This is how I feel. I'm feeling like this is happening again. I don't know what's going on. I felt so good after the cardinal, but then it started happening again." So I'm looking through her energy, and I'm like, I don't see anything. Like I really don't. I don't see. I said, well, I don't. As I can do a session for you, but I really don't. I don't. And I'm not gonna lie to you and like just do a session and um and it's not gonna benefit you. So I was like, well, I really don't see anything going. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I'm looking at your energy and if I don't see it, I just don't see it. Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. So this is what happened. So I was like, well, I don't see anything. So I said, what I'll do is I'll just give you a refund, because it's nothing. I'm not gonna just give you a session, just give you a session. Like, so I'll just give you a refund. So so she was like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, if you don't see anything. But she said, this is how I feel. She kept saying and insinuating, this is how I feel. And so right when we were getting ready to like disconnect, everything in me was like, stop, stop. And I don't know what happens. So what happens is it's like it's there's something that it's like a pressure right here. It's like almost like I can't describe. It's almost like something right here. It kind of almost felt um like a pressure right. It was like right here on the side of my temple. And it was like look again. And for some reason I focused on this area of my temple, and I don't know what opened up right here, but it's like I focused on that energy, and I looked at her energy again, and she had what we call hidden cords. So hidden cords. Okay, so you guys have heard about the cords before. I'm sitting here shaking because it's deep. It's really deep. So hidden cords are almost like a mechanism. It's almost like literally my right leg right now is like shaking. It's crazy while I'm talking about it. So hidden cords, what it is, it's almost like here I wrote it down. Um, it's almost like a mechanism, like because I was like, how did they come? What are these? I didn't know what they were, but she had some hidden cords in her throat and in her solar plexus. And so what it is it's almost like if you have a whole bunch of coins and like a treasure or something, and it's only ego that's doing this. If you have a whole bunch of treasure, you stash away some coins just in case you might need them later. So like you're showing the world these like this treasure that you have, but you stash some away. Your subconscious mind like will stash a few away and hide them. Let's say you bury them so nobody can find them, just in case you have to go back and get them later. So what a lot of people do based off of different events that occur in their life, they'll stash away a just in case. And it's not even like, I don't even think it's like it's spiritual. It's something that's within your subconscious mind. It's like, well, um, it's like just in case something else happens, I can go back to this mechanism. I can go back to this. It's almost like it's like relapsing. That's exactly what it's almost like relapsing. So it's like something inside of you holds on to something that I don't know if you guys feel this energy. It's like my leg is literally shaking. It's like something inside of you holds on to um a part of the things that were holding you back, like the self-sabotaging behaviors for just in case. And that's why like when you get after you get like the sessions and everything like that, you feel so much better, you feel so good. But then there's something that is like, but you're like you might come back later, even like years later, and be like, I don't know why this is happening again. This is still happening. But it's almost like something like you have a stash, and these are like they're hidden. And so people can't see them. You guys know I can see it. People can't see them. Something recently just opened up with them. It had to be recent because I didn't even know I had this ability to do this. I just found out just recently. But people can't see them. I don't care who you can. If I can't see them, and you guys know I can go in deep and everything like that. People just cannot see them because you actually like you dig a hole for them. Like it's almost like you bury them and you hide them. So that's your secret stash, just in case you have to revert, or just in case you relapse, or if you make a decision. It's almost like your subconscious, like, well, just in case you decide to go backwards, here go your stash, so we can rebuild off of this. It won't feel weird. It's almost like you just naturally go back. You may still be different, but you still might be going through or go back to old behaviors because of your secret stash, which are these hidden chords. So so what's crazy is, oh, my leg keeps, I don't know, it's crazy. My leg is like shaking as I'm talking about it. And like right here, it's like this pressure it's almost, I feel it, right? It's like it's throbbing. So what happens is, what happened was, everything was like stopped and to redo her energy. And this started throbbing. It was something right here. It was like a throbbing. And when I looked at her and I saw the cord, she had, let's see, there was 2 cords in her throat, and there were 4 cords in her solar plexus. But they were hidden. So when they came out, but they were like fat. They were really fat, really, really fat. With one of the cords that she had one that was there, that's been there for 14 years. She had another one that was there for 9 years, another one that was there for 12 years, and another one that was there for 4 years. And those cords had just been sitting there. It's like that was her just in case. And these were things that, and I was like, so how did people get this? And it's basically the way you get cords is, and I've had it kind of wrong, well, I didn't have it wrong, I just didn't have the full story. Because you can get cords from other people or attachments or whatever you have going on with you too as well. That's true. But the way the hidden cords typically come from the events that have occurred that have affected you in some type of way. So that could have been a relationship, it could have been a traumatic situation, it could have been a car accident. So even some of these phobias that you have, like that can be, it's like they come from something that has happened to you that has affected you in some type of way, and you held on to that like a just in case. It's almost like a your mind says it's a safety thing, it's a survival thing, but they really are limitations and hindrances. Like the young lady that I did, like I had a young lady like last night that I did, and with hers, she had a cord. Uh, she had four cords, so she had yeah. So okay, but here's the thing: although she had four chords, and I did ask if I could talk about this. I'm talking about the one that I did last night and the one I did this morning. But she had four hidden chords, but they were all in her sacral, and the chords like so she had one chord here that it gave her like a like false optimism. So and she had that for 4 years. She had that for 4 years. This is crazy. She had it for 4 years. So the false optimism with her is and this I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds weird, but her false optimism was almost like, well, I don't have to worry about this because the universe is going to take care of it. I don't have to worry about this because God's going to handle it. Things that she needed to do, she was more reliant on, which is true. It's important to believe in, to trust in the universe and trust in God or whoever you resonate with. But if your if your rent is due and you're not working or you're not doing anything, you can't just like sit at home and be like, well, I'm just gonna trust. You can trust in the universe, but it was like a false optimism, like almost like our the mindset, like, well, I know this is going to happen because I'm just meant to have it, but it wasn't really her. So it almost created like a state of delusion, but that was something that was a cord that was hidden that was holding her back because she was losing. She's like, I don't understand. And that's what I'm saying. Like when she came to me, she's like, I don't understand, Candace. I do my affirmations. I'm very positive. Um I'm very helpful. I do all these things. Why don't I have all this stuff? And that's a part of her tower. There's that small missing thing. And I'm like, and when I went into her chords and I saw one of the chords was like a false optimism thing, it's almost like she was relying way too much on the metaphysical, the spiritual side of things, not seeing, well, you have to be practical too as well. So yes, you can manifest, but it takes action too as well. But and that's not a bad way to think, but it was holding her back. And a lot of people I think have that cord where it's like my legs are like both my legs are shaking now. It's weird. Like, and it's like this is throbbing. It's crazy. Like it just recently opened up. And I didn't even like I said, I didn't know what it was. It just happened. Like it started like it started after I made that decision actually. That's when it started. It's almost like this is like it's something that I just didn't know what it was. So that was one of her chords, and she's had that for 4 years. Another chord that she had it for 19. No, no, no. The second chord was the chord of resentment, and she had that for 12 years. So not even knowing. So and I don't know what that's all about, but because I didn't go into deep, but her chord was a chord of resentment, and that was like that's been there for 12 years. So it was almost like the way I felt it, how I felt with it is that almost felt like, okay, well, um, I can't speculate because it's something that it goes. I don't even know what that was about. That was a hard one for me to really read, and honestly, I didn't even try to read it. But then she had a chord for the now this person right here, like she was like I said, her thing was in her sacral, like her chords were in her sacral. And so she had one for anxiety, and that was there for like 19 years. She had that chord for 19 straight years, 19 years. And she had one for stagnation, and there was one for that was like an imprisonment type of like the limitation. So she had these cords, and she's like, that's crazy, because I'm telling you, like, that's the reason why she came to me for a session. She was like, she goes through these spurts where she gets anxious about certain things. And this is for people, like, you guys know that it's almost like, okay, even the healers, like, you do like this self work, you do the healing sessions, you do all. Then you're like, why do I still feel this way? Like, why? It's because you have some hidden cords that you still that you go to. It's like a mechanism. You go back to them when you need them, or they come up as a mechanism because they're still there. So she only had 4 cords, but she had 5 things that were released from her when I did when I pulled them out of her. This is what it looked like. Let me see if I can draw a picture. When I did the cord removal, I'm actually gonna show you. It's deep, y'all. All right, so this is what it looked like. And I'm actually gonna draw a picture for you guys. My legs are like shaking as I'm talking about it. It's almost like, because they don't want to be released, but they need to be released, because it's like they're hold you back. They're big. Like, it's a big deal. And I wouldn't be shown how to do this, or even shown I could even see them, if it wasn't meant for me to do this. Okay, so when I went into her energy, this is what the cords look like. So it's like, this is the first one. Then there was like 2 in the middle that were really big along, and this was like the smallest one. So, and that was like, so when I pulled out the ones, and they wouldn't let me go and pull them out like one by one. Like, I had to pull like the smallest to the largest out. So what happened was, like, the ones on the outside were easy to pull out. Those are really easy. Those were easy. And it's weird how, like, the smaller one, when I pulled that one out, it was like almost like slippery. It was really slippery. So it was like I kept trying to grasp it, but it was very it kept slipping through my hands. Like, these cords don't want to be removed, because it's like a secret stash that you subconsciously, like, you put away, but they're not helping you. They're hindrances. So it was slippery. But when I pulled that out, I put it inside my box that I have. I have this box that I use, like, to discard things. It's almost like a needle box, like that medical people use. And then, so the second one, for some reason, was easier. I just pulled that one out, and I was able to leave. Now the two middle ones, now the third one that I had to pull out, this thing was like, when I was, my hands are shaking, y'all. It's crazy. When I was actually, like, trying to pull that one out, it's like it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger in my hands. So the more I was pulling it out, it's like my hands were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I had to pull it. It got to the point where it was like even bigger than, like, the size of my head. Pull that one out, and it was like almost like a tree, because it was just in there for so long. And that was one she had. That was, what cord was that? Oh, that was her anxiety. That was her anxiety cord. So that one, like, was blowing up. It was like huge. It was like expanding as I was pulling it out. Like, it was like it's resistant. Like, it doesn't want to leave you, because it's like those are why you keep repeating the same. It's crazy. It's almost like a karma or something. It's weird. And it might even be. It might even be. But it got bigger and bigger and bigger. But I was able to pull that out, and it was like it was like one long root. And then the last one that I pulled out, which was the biggest one, and that was oh, that one's there for 20. So her imprisonment one was there for 22 years. So her mental imprisonment, that one was there for like 22 years. And that's the one that was like the big one, like that limited, like, it's like limitation, like just not being sure, like that fearful one. So that one right there, it didn't expand, but when I was pulling it out, it kept trying to pull back in. I was like, almost like I had to kind of tug and 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 tug. It was almost almost like a plunger, like I had to, like, almost like tug. It was like pulling. I'm not trying to be nasty, but that's how it was. It was like literally like that. It was like I was literally trying to pull. It was like trying to pull back in. I was trying to pull out. I was trying to pull back in, trying to pull out. And so finally, when I pulled that one out, that one had a string of, like, the way to describe it is, leg is like shaking like crazy while I'm talking about this. Weird. I guess maybe because I'm I don't know. But the roots for that one, for that cord, looked like this. It was like a whole bunch of, it was like, it almost like it's it affected so much of her life. It's like, so the third one just had one long root. So that's I don't know. But this one right here affected many areas of her life. And the roots were kind of all like like, like, so that when it came out, that's how it looked. So I discarded that. And from what I gather, when these cords are pulled out, it's like it's literally a 24-hour process. We're like hour by hour, you're going through something different. You're feeling, it's like it literally takes a whole day. But hour by hour, you're feeling, but you feel, from what I was told with the people that have experienced this. And even when I looked at it, and these are people, the last two people that I had were people that were repeating the next cycle, like they weren't moving forward. And they literally, when I tell you, like they literally, and one person was my, and so for one person I was shocked because she was one of my students. Um, and she wasn't moving forward. And I'm like, and I know she's done the work. I know that she even does energy work for other people. Like I know that but she came back to me and was like, I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Um, and she wasn't crossing over, but now she is. So, and then when I looked at the other people, now they're crossing over too as well. And it's almost like it's something there that is hidden. And I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we do that. The person I did this morning, I asked her like right before, because I had to tell her first, like what's going on. She's actually one of my students too. A lot of my students are like, I don't understand why I'm going through, why I'm feeling this. And she only had three chords, but I pulled out like four different things. And it was like some type of like a chord that she's had for 7 years, which is like a social unrest, whatever that means. It's almost like, I don't know what that means. I didn't even go into it. It was something from the past of her living in the past. But the one she had for 7 years was something about like a social unrest. It was some type of chord that she had. And I think it has something to do with like a fear of, I know it has to do with some type of fear. But then like the living in the past, I was there for like 12 years. She just had that chord sitting there. And she had like it was a chord that caused like a lot of confusion and things like that. And all of her chords were in her root chakra. And she has I think she does have issues with walking, but I didn't know. Like we've done like all the work. We've done all of the sessions and everything. So, but I wasn't able to see her chords until this morning. So she was the most recent person that I had. And so I just wanted to explain to you guys, like, you're not correct. So it's a subconscious thing. It can't be seen like by everybody. It can't be seen because I couldn't even see them within people. And so a lot of people have these cords that they don't even know they have, but it's almost like you have them because you subconsciously, the ego had kind of like, it's like they stashed them away to protect you and something. It's not even protection, but in your mind to think, well, just in case, it's like literally like a relapse, like just in case. It's like when people have addictions and they can be sober, they can be clean, but they will always have, and that's probably a cord. It's that cord that, wow, that makes so much sense. Even people who have addictions, why they are so easily able to go back if they because I don't know why I keep hearing relapse. It's like a relapse, and then like it sounds like you're easily able to fall back into your old ways because of the stash, because of these cords that are hidden, that are not seen. And that's why it's people go backwards. Like no matter like what you try to go through, or no matter what, which makes so much sense now. Like that's why, because of this stash. It's like a stash that you have. And that makes a lot of sense because as I was talking about even like addictions just now, it's like that's why. It's almost like you have like now you can get sober, you can get clean, but just in case, if you decide to, if you're a recovering alcoholic or drug addict or whatever, it just takes like one time for you and you fall off the wagon because of that cord that you've already had, like that somehow like your subconscious, but not the positive side, the ego has stashed away just in case. Woo, it's deep. It's just crazy how this stuff works. Like yeah. It's crazy. Like I just, it's crazy. Like, and I'm like, they've just been there for so long where it's like you don't even notice them. they become almost like a part of you, like a limb, because they just been there for so long, and that's why you revert back. And so, because I was like, I don't understand. I was scanning, even like with the last person that I did that's in my class. She's in my up and coming apprenticeship class. Um, I scanned her energy. I was like, "Oh, you're good," because I was on like the last attunements for everybody, and she contacted me, and I scanned her energy, and she was fine. I'm like, "Oh, you're fine. You're good. You don't need anything else." But she booked a session, the Reiki session. She booked that session, and when I looked at her this time, and that's what's so crazy. So if you're on here, I don't know if you want me to say your name or not, but if you remember, she actually booked her session. I think for Monday. I think for Monday, and she called me, and I said, "Call me on Thursday." I actually rescheduled her for Thursday. So it's crazy because she actually called me like Monday, and there was something in my spirit. I said, like, it sounds like I couldn't do her session, and I was told to tell her to call back on Thursday. So that I just got done doing her session this morning before, and she's like, "Can you just do a video about this? It's crazy. It's deep." But that's why I didn't even do it, because if I would have, because I don't know why, but on Monday I just couldn't do it. It was like the energy was like, no, just don't do it. So like I said, I rescheduled her for today. Um, but I had to recognize what this was though first. So a lot of people have these cords that are hidden. That most, I mean, I don't. I again, I wasn't even. I think you really have to be in a place where you're really evolved enough to be able to handle them, because I do feel like these cords, they move around. They're not like regular cords. So when I have a person that has regular cords that are visible, it's usually like just a lot easier. You're here, okay. So Stream Breeze is the one that actually that I just went through this like most recent one, this most recent cord detachment. And so if you, I don't know if it was Monday you had your session, I had to tell you that, and that's why we had to move it to Thursday, apparently. Um, but yeah, so with these cords, it's almost like they move around. They're almost like they're alive. They're active. Like regular cord pulling, when I do regular cords that are active, that you allow me to see, the ones that are visible, they're typically like they're stationary, and it's easier to remove those and detach those. Um, you can just pull them out, or you can like, it's easier for me to detach those because they're stationary. But these cords that are hidden are resistant. They're very resistant. They move. They fight. They don't want to be removed. They are hindering you though, but they don't want to be removed. It's almost like they're in like a place that where they're being fed almost. Um, so they're very active. They like the cores, all the cores that I've had to remove from people are very, very active. Like they're very active. They're not stationary like regular cores that are visible. So for those of you guys who have been going through this experience, that's why. That's like almost like that's why. It's like you have, and you just have some hidden things there. That it's like if you almost like if you are literally what I'm literally being told like a person would like an addict. If you have addictions and you recover, you know that you can't like a regular person can go have a drink and they'll be okay. But if you're a recovering alcoholic, you have a drink, you can fall off the bandwagon like really quickly. You can go backwards very like that, and that's exactly what those cords do. It's almost like they're there for just in case you decide to go backwards. It's almost like insurance for. And I don't know why life is like this. It just seems like it's just so much stuff that's unseen. But my legs finally stopped shaking. It's crazy. Like when I'm talking about them, it's like they really. Some is like they don't. It's like I don't know. Um, Shreem, you had it done about an hour ago. How do you feel now? How do you actually feel now? Oh goodness. Yeah, it's really they move like they actually move. I'm not used to cords moving like that. Like they're resistant. When that thing was expanding in my hand like this, it was expanding. It was like, and that was The imprisonment one, like it was expanding, like no, like almost like it was trying to become too big for me to pull out or something. But they're resistant. They're very resistant. That little slippery. I mean, I'm telling you, it's I don't even know how I would even teach people how to do that. I don't even know how I got it, to be honest with you. It just I didn't even know I had it. I didn't know I had the ability like to see it until like I said a couple of days ago. I didn't even know I had the ability to do this. I really did not know. All I know was like when I was getting ready to refund her and it was like time for us to disconnect, it was like stop and look again. And that's when I saw them. And they like it's almost like they move. It's almost like so when you see like the water, like the those what are those like those things that's in the water that's like that's in the ground, those like what are those plants called? Like it's not a fungus. What are they called? Like those things they move with the water. It's like they move like this, kind of move like this, but they're different sizes, depending, I guess, on how long they've been there. But something's feeding them. I don't know exactly what is yet. Maybe I don't know what, but maybe it's the time that they're there. But it's like it's something that's feeding them because they're different sizes. Like it's almost like they're different sizes because exactly like they really are. They're different. They're not in most course that I do see. Like when I do see attachments on people, or like when I go into a person's energy and I'm doing like a removal, they're typically around the same height, if not the same height, the same width. But these were like different shapes and sizes. So that's how I know like they're almost like they're active. They're active. It's almost like the cords that are visible for people. Like if you ever go to like a spiritualist or a healer who knows how to do cord removals, they typically would tell you that the cords kind of look um it's almost like they're ready to be removed. So they're just like they're like, hey, come get me. Like they're ready. The ones that are visible are ready to be removed. And that's why they're visible. But these right here are like hidden, so it's almost like you're not gonna find me. So most people can't, they're not gonna be able to see it. I'm telling you, like even and you guys know what I can do. Like I can see, I know when you have something, but in this case, it's like when they're hidden, it's almost like it's in that far back corner shelf in this little box that's camouflaged as a wall. Like it's very much hidden, where you really have to be able to see it. You really have to be able to see it. So um you feel a little weak. I don't know what the I don't know. Yeah, maybe no, it's not like seaweed. It's like those things. It's like the little brown things. They like tubes, but it's not seaweed. But I guess seaweed kind of, but it kind of moves like it's up under the water, like those things that's in plants. All right. You feel a little weak. So every hour, like literally, it's almost like from how what people have been telling me, like every hour it's like it's something that changes and shifts. And then when they wake up, or it's like it's almost like they're floating, they're flying, they feel like they can run a million miles an hour. It's like the energy booster thing. They just feel like from what everybody has been explaining, like it's like a boost of energy, or like a sense of you feel a sense of freedom, and it's like a sense of freedom, like I'm like dancing, almost like a dancing type of energy. um from what everybody has said that I've actually checked on, like it's like a, but for some reason it takes a day. I don't know why it takes a whole day. I don't know why yet. I haven't done enough people yet to look at the patterns. You guys know I learned from you guys. So I haven't seen enough people yet, or I haven't done this to enough people yet to see the patterns of it. All I know right now is that like people have been described like every hour it's almost like their body goes to like a different type of shift. And then but when they wake up the next day, it's almost like the young lady that contacted me this one other day, last night, she called me early this morning. Y'all know I don't like that. Y'all don't like. I mean, it's fine, but I don't. Y'all know I don't like when you just call my phone. She called me this morning. I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm telling you that now. I don't like when you just call my phone. Like you like this, like the schedule follow up through my website, because I was like, I got up really early anyway. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, but still, like, I don't like when y'all call my phone. Just call. Please book a follow-up through my website if you want to talk to me, unless I give you permission to call me. Because she called me 7 because she was like, Candace, but she is excited, and I understand. So I mean, it's fine. But she was excited. The one I did last night, she was actually excited for some reason. So it may not even be 24 hours. This is maybe after you wake up. from sleeping at night, because I did hers last night, but she was like, or she may be going through the process 24 hours. I don't know. But I just know for each person, it's like when they woke up the next day, it's like they just had this boost of energy, like flying. She's like, she's been up since 4 o'clock this morning. She's been up cleaning her house. It's like she has this new thing that's over her. She's been getting rid of all her old clothes. Um, she organized her cabinets in her kitchen, and she just was talking like a million miles an hour. She just had all this energy. Um, and so that's, I guess that's what happens. But I, like I said, I don't know enough yet because I've only, I did my fourth person this morning, which is on here right stream. So I'm kind of just watching too as well to see how people are reacting. But it's obviously it's something where, well, let me ask this, Stream, how did you feel directly when you were going through the process of the cord pulling or the cord detachment? What were you going through? Maybe you can let everybody know what you went through so they can have an understanding, because it's very similar. It's a very similar experience for everybody that's kind of gone through it. So that's what I am seeing a pattern behind that. Like they're all kind of going through the same thing. When it comes down to the process, when you're going through the process, when I'm actually doing it to you, well, not doing it to you, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be nasty on here. I'm being serious, but so what exactly did you go through during the process? Like, how did you feel during the process? So yeah, y'all, let me see what some of you guys are saying. Man, it's like I feel, even when I'm talking about it, like maybe that's why my legs are moving, because it's like I feel so much energy. Like I right now I feel like tons of energy. I feel like running right now. Like I have all this energy, and like it's almost like two, and it's crazy. Like I said, I got up like around like 5 o'clock this morning, and I was just up. I was up walking around, and I went to bed late last night. I went to bed pretty late. But I got up super early, and I just had all this energy, like all this energy. So I don't know. So maybe I'm feeling it too, because like I'm just really like just ready to run. I want to go work out after this. Uh, ugh. Hey Tamia, I'll say hi to you, Tamia. Hey Tamia, Stream, there you go. Rebecca, hi. Girl, you got goosebumps. I'm talking about. I didn't know this. I didn't even know. Like I'm so, for those of you guys who have had services with me and everything like that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I didn't know either. I didn't even know. Crazy. Defensive mechanism. Um, Most of the people that have had this done have literally been, like you'll feel like the pressure wherever the cords are. It kind of feels like from what people have described, it's almost like you feel, from what they are saying, it's almost like you feel like a so one person said she literally felt like a pop. It was like a pop and a bump, like a pop and a bump. She said she felt like a pop and a bump. The young lady from last night, she said that she felt like a lot of pulling and tugging. So she said her body was actually, that actually like moving like this, like as, and it, which is crazy because that's what I was actually. But she said her body was actually moving like this. But and it's almost like you can kind of like you could feel it. But then you feel like, but right afterwards, everybody has said they feel really, 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 really tired afterwards. Like really, really, really tired. And I think it's something. It's like it's really important to sleep. And the thing is, most of the time so anytime I do energy work, I tell you guys that it's like literally doing like a medical procedure. So when you're getting a medical procedure done or a surgery, when your body's healing, the reason why you automatically feel the need to sleep is because when your body is healing, your body naturally heals. It heals better when you're at the most relaxed, when you're sleeping. If you guys notice, when you like overnight when you're sleeping, that's when things heal. So the reason why after you get the energy sessions, why you get really sleepy, is because you literally have like an energetic surgery. So when I'm doing this work for you, it's almost like I'm doing a surgery. And just like when you have a regular surgery, how you just want to sleep, you need to sleep when you come out of that anesthesia. or whatever's going on, your body, like you naturally want to sleep, like you want to sleep it off, and you get really tired. And the reason why you get so tired is because your body is like, all it knows is that it's healing. All it knows is that I need to rest because I'm healing. It's something inside of me that's healing. Your body doesn't know if it was physical. It doesn't know if it was energetic. It doesn't know if it was spiritual. It doesn't know that. It doesn't know all that. All that it knows is that it's something going on where it's almost like a mechanism where I'm healing. I'm healing, right. I'm healing something. Um, and so it wants to sleep. And that's why you guys get so sleepy after we do the energy sessions, because all your body knows is that it's something inside of it that's healing. It's something inside of it, and it needs to rest because it's that mechanism. And that's the reason why. So it's just the same thing. Like when I'm doing energy work, and I tell you guys all the time, like, do your research. Like before you do anything with me, do your research. Look at other people's experiences and everything like that, because this is like a surgery. Like when I'm doing energy work for people, this it's a surgery. I'm actually going in and I'm removing stuff. I'm moving things around. I'm actually going in. I'm that's what I'm doing. So literally, like if a doctor has a scalpel and they're cutting you open and they're moving stuff, they're removing things, adding things. That's exactly what I'm doing. It. You just don't. I just don't have the scalpel, and you don't feel the pain of it most of the time. But most people don't feel pain. Um, that's the only difference, but it's the same thing. It's like moving things around. It's all energy, because everything is energy, and most of your health issues, if you have health issues or chronic issues, come from issues with your energy or blockages with your energy. And so it's the same exact thing. And that's why I said, do you, the same exact way you'll do like your research with surgery. Do your research with like these procedures. Don't just like contact me like, oh, I want to get a reset. Have you? And that's why I make you guys watch videos. Like, well, do you know about the reset? Do you know what a GA removal is? Do you know what this stuff is? What do you know what this stuff means? I make videos so you guys have an understanding. And I'm happy that people comment with their experiences. I like when people comment with their experiences so you can see what they went through too as well. And so you can be prepared for exactly what's going to happen with you. With the process, or what could happen with you. So I always say that. Now the end result is great. For those of you guys who have had services from me that go through what I just described here, I just found out about it. As you guys know, as I find out stuff, as I discover things, again, I didn't even know I had the ability to do that. So as and maybe I think the reason why I think, because if you guys know too, even like when I connect with spiritual beings, or if I connect with, like, if you have an attachment that my energy is like, no, you're not ready for that, my energy automatically blocks it out. You guys know that from experience. I have to literally go dig in deep, extra shield myself and everything in my energy, because if I don't, that can be harmful to me. So my energy automatically, it protects me. So typically I don't like to dwell into things that I know are not healthy for me. But for some reason something opened up anyway, so I can see it regardless. And I don't know what that is. But obviously if it opened up for me, that means I'm ready to experience it, or I can handle it. So anyways, let's see here. Um Only thing I can say is I have to see first, because you may not have them. Like I have, there's another person that I had around 10:30, and so you may not have them. So what I would recommend is, if you feel like you've gone through this, just book a consultation. You don't have to book a session yet, because I don't even know. You can find out. That's only if you feel like you're going through this. But it seems like most people, and from what I was told, and it's almost like I don't know why I'm being given this right now. I don't know why, but Giselle, can you bring me the lighter, please? That's on the kitchen counter. Really need the sage. Oh no, it's weird. Let me see. All right, Rebecca, let me see if you even have any cords. I can ask for some of you guys. It's just starting to throb again. That's how I know I'm supposed to ask. Like it's something right here. It's like throbbing. And I don't know. I hope I don't always have, because it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's like my head kind of feels smart. I don't like it. Thank you, ma'am.
Don't call me ma'am.
What?
Don't call me ma'am.
How about I call you Spank?
No.
How about I can call you punishment or go in your room. When we call you, go in your room.
No.
I can call you no Six Flags. That's what I can call you that.
No, thank you.
So I can call you go do the. You're supposed to clean up the bathroom anyway. Go clean the bathroom up. Don't call her ma'am. Is she crazy? I can call her no Six Flags. I can call her no going to the park later on today. You call her that. All right. She's too grown. Oh god. Okay, hold on. It's like when it's kind of over. But the thing is, it doesn't make. It's almost like when I'm done doing it, though, I get all this energy. I get all this energy when I'm done. It's almost like it's a little. The pressure. Maybe I just gotta get used to it. But it's like the pressure is like throbbing right here. But it's like the same time that it's like. But after I'm done with the cord pulling, I get all this energy. It's like this boost of energy. Like I can just run. It's calming down now. Like I feel back to normal now. But y'all saw I was shaking and everything. My energy was like because I just got done with shrooms. So I just get this boost of energy. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, Rebecca, let me see if you have. Yes, you do. You have four hidden in your heart. You have four hidden in your heart. There's four hidden in your heart. Let me see. So whatever happened to you, it seems like whatever happened to you, and they're all in the same. My leg is shaking again, y'all. My leg is so it's affecting me in some type of way. Because now my leg is shaking again. Just stopped. So I guess when I'm in the energy, something's happening to me when I'm in this energy to do this because my leg is now literally it's moving again, and I did not like it. I look like I'm crazy. Not no, it doesn't. I don't. It may be. I don't like using that word tonight, but I just when I see people shaking their leg, I'm like I'm just looking like what you got on your mind. Like you look, you have like something. And my leg is like, and it's just the right leg this time that's shaking for some reason. So whatever happened with you, it was something that happened in close proximity of time because the largest court that you have has been there for 9 years. And then you have one that's there for that's been there for 8 years, one for 7 years, and the most recent one is for 3 years. So whatever happened, whatever event took place happened approximately like 9 years ago that created these courts, and and they developed like it was like consecutive. You had one 8 years, 7 years, and this most recently 3 years ago that had. I'm not for sure what they are yet because I would have to go in and I can't see what I pulled out until after they're pulled out. I don't know why it's like that. I would like to tell you what is being pulled out, but for everybody that's course that I've actually pulled out, I wasn't able to see what the cords were, and maybe that might be a like protection mechanism for me or something. I don't know. Like it's almost like I can't see them till they're dead. Like I can't. Like it's almost like like I can't pet the snake until it's dead. I'm not saying it's a snake, but I can't. I don't know why it's like that. Maybe I'm not developed enough yet to be able to do that. But because I would like to tell you what they are, but for everybody that I've done this for so far, I'm not able to see what it is until after it's done, it's pulled out, and they're not active any longer for some reason. I'm thinking from what it feels like I'm not supposed to go too deep into the energy behind it because you guys know I'm very sensitive. Like I had somebody, and I almost sent her a bill for this, and she probably don't hear that. It's a joke. That's a joke I say. I had somebody where I did this unknowingly. I actually did this unknowingly last week, and that's when I started feeling crazy. Let me tell you, that's when I started feeling like it was something wrong with me. And that's probably what, I don't. Maybe that's what was going on with me last week. But it's like I did a cord removal for a person, and she had it in her third eye, and she had it in I think her sacral, and I did cord removal for her, and I didn't realize I just knew I was able to see these cords, and they were like strong. I would do energy for her. I would do energy work for her, and she would feel okay for a little while, and then she would always go back, and it's like things were blocking. Like I wasn't able to. It, there's almost like the things were coming back. But she's also going through some things too in her family that have reverted her back to go backwards. And so it's almost like it was blocking me. So then I was like, oh, you have some cords here. I said, I didn't see, and I never saw those cords before. Now that makes so much sense. Oh my God, it makes so much sense. Because I never saw those cords. And I've been working with her for a while. I never saw those cords, but I was able to see them. And so I just went in not knowing what I was doing. I pulled them out. Um, and she felt better, but I started feeling weird after that. I don't know, it was something. I started feeling like I was crazy. I started feeling like it was something wrong with me. I was emotionally imbalanced. I was just like, I was not feeling good last week. And it just all of a sudden it has stopped after I did a removal on myself. Wow. I literally, that's what happened. Saturday, I did a um I stepped outside of myself and I was able to remove. I saw that I had some things going on. I'm like, what is this stuff? It's not even mine. And after I removed it, that's when it's like I felt better. So that makes sense. So I was doing not even knowing. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. This stuff, I'm kind of talking to myself right now because this stuff is like it's just coming up. So it was, I guess it was longer because I never saw those in her, but I started feeling crazy. So anyways, I think it's something where, but I went in deep with her. I think it's somewhere I'm supposed to say on the surface side of things. But once they're out or done, that's when I can see what they were or how they've been affecting your life. You guys, my battery is getting ready to die. If you want to see if you have anything, just I would recommend booking consultation. Um, just book a consultation, and then and I don't want you guys to think it affects me. It doesn't affect me negative way. It just makes me feel like everything's like this. Everything's like really moving fast when I'm in this energy. And I don't know why yet. And like I said, the more I do, you guys know, the more I do, the more I learn. And so if you feel like you might be a person that may be experiencing this, it's probably because you have some hidden stuff that's just not seen. Um, but yeah, Rebecca, so you have four, but just because, and I'm noticing just because you have four cores, so doesn't mean you're gonna have like four things that are being like removed from your life. Because like even like the girl I did last night, she only had like four cores, and she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things removed. So the course, I guess some of the course had incorporated more than one habit or behavior, whatever. I don't know yet. Um, but she only had four cores, but obviously, so I want to just explain you're not crazy. That's why, that's the reason why you might, it's literally like going to rehab, getting all cleaned up, and then just having that like a drug addict or alcoholic or somebody who has addictions cannot, there's certain things they can't do that somebody that doesn't have that addictive behavior can do, because they'll revert all the way back and go all the way back to where they were. And that's I really believe that's why like a lot of people that have addictions, it's because of course that they have that are hidden, because it's like that just in case you fall backwards. This is what like the old behaviors. You don't need them. I'm telling you now, you don't need them. I don't know why it's the subconscious mind that puts them back there. If you needed them, I wouldn't be able to remove them. But you don't need them. You don't need them. They're not. They're like just in case. I don't know why. It's just kind of like a just in case that your subconscious does. You go through something that affects you in a hard way that you're not able to really. That you're not even. That you're not really able to handle like that. So All right, you guys. Let me go ahead and get to my daughter. She has to go clean up. Um. So yeah, if you think that you may have something, you can always just book a consultation. That's what I recommend. Don't book a session because I don't know if you do or you don't. And then like two, I would have to kind of go in, even kind of like it makes a little draining kind of going into the energy, because now it's like if you get like my energy, it goes really high. And this is stopped. So now I'm calm. My leg is stopped. It's almost like when it starts, my leg just starts moving real fast. I just get a burst of energy. It's weird. And then like it slows down. Now I'm back to balance normal. I don't know, y'all. I'm just here. So you guys be blessed. Take care. I hope this helped for anybody that needed understanding, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.